And we are back. Oh my goodness. Today we are actually going to discuss if Assassin's Creed 4 is worth, I guess, your purchase or your time or your attention. The holidays are upon us. Whether it be Christmas or your birthday or whatever it is, you're going to have either some disposable income with gift cards, or they'll give you money in a card, or you're just working and you have your own money and you're trying to figure out what games to get. As you can tell, I have played through Assassin's Creed 4. I've actually took a long time to play through it. Doing YouTube videos on it isn't really the best way to experience Assassin's Creed 4. That's something that you should do with Twitch. I'm actually working on a streaming PC myself, so I will be doing Twitch to do some of these longer games to show everybody. Yes, there's people already streaming on Twitch, but I mean, I like to do all the side missions. I like to unlock as much as I can. I like to do the baddest thing possible, and I just don't see a lot of people do that. I don't. Although I haven't scoured YouTube as much as I should, but then who has that much time? The internet is indefinite. The depths knows no limit. Okay, Assassin's Creed 4, so let's get into it. The biggest thing about Assassin's Creed 4 when it came out, of course, was all the glitches and the bugs and everything that happened on it. I played on the PS4. I didn't encounter that many. I didn't encounter that many bugs at all, but they have patched it since then. I've heard about the other consoles and everything was kind of, you know, uh, they had other issues, faces were only eyeballs and things like that. I didn't run into many problems. I think I only had like one mission glitch out of me where I had to abandon it and come back in even. But they've sent a bunch of updates. If you bought the season pass for the game, of course, they canceled the season pass to say we're sorry and gave you a choice of the 4 games. We'll get to the season pass on those 4 games in a minute. Let's stick to Assassin's Creed 4 and what exactly makes the game good or bad. We'll, I guess, go off the bullet points that a lot of people already go off of. Graphics. Look, we're in the next generation of games. We're on the new consoles, next generation consoles, whatever you want to call it. Focus on me. Come on. Oh man, this camera. What is wrong with this camera today? It does not even want to focus. It just doesn't want to focus. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. So we're in the next generation consoles should already have enough graphics to where, does that even matter now? Honestly. I'm not going to talk about graphics. The game looks gorgeous, as it should. Unless the game's made by an independent company, or a 10-year-old in his basement with his, imaginary friend, Mr. Hugs a Lot, Jackson. That's his name. That's his invisible person's name, Mr. Hugs a Lot Jackson. Okay, very respected in the imaginary friend circle society. The city and everything looks good. Let's talk about the detail and the expanse of the city, because even though we're in the next generation console and everything looks good, as it should, let's talk about the city in general. City looks phenomenal. The city is alive. The AI is alive. Going through the city itself, there's always something going on. The different cities are revolting and doing their own thing, which is really cool. The city is alive. So I think we need to just, instead of saying graphics on that, let's just say aesthetic. Does the game bring you into its world, makes you feel a part of France back in the day, makes you feel like the assassin? And yes, it does. It is a very, hashed out world. It's very alive. It's alive. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like it's just there. The city feels like another character. The city feels like another character in the whole thing, and that makes it fantastic. Mwah. It's so good. So the city and everything feels alive. Let's talk about game time, which is a big deal because when you buy games, you want to be able to play them for a long time. Some of the other games I played were not very long. I'm not going to name them off really because I guess I should have made a worth it video for them, but I did not. This game is very long. The playthrough itself, the main story is not as long, really. You can kind of breeze through that if you really wanted to. The side missions and all the other stuff that happens is where all the extra time is. You get to unlock the Nostradamus Enigma, which gives you an outfit. You have the social club missions. The Paris stories is what's going to take you the longest. Paris stories are a lot. They have murder stories, like murder investigation stories, where you actually deduce who did it. And if you name the wrong person as the killer, then you don't get like the main epic loot. You actually lose out on it. I did those. I haven't uploaded them. I moved on to Far Cry 4, which is another video coming, which may or may not have the same shirt on. I actually may change it. I'm going to do them both tonight. Story-wise itself, the storytelling in the game, I like the story. I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I've played all of them. It didn't really bring that much, though, to the whole backstory of, the ancient gods or technologies. They kind of went away from the main story of that. In this one, they didn't really. They brought up Asturgo and how you're still playing in this world. They did some cool things with the story where you go back to World War II because the Matrix is glitching, I guess we can say. And that I actually enjoyed that. At first, I saw the trailer and I was like, "Oh my god, they're putting him in World War II," but it fit in the story and it felt kind of cool after a little bit though. And now I'm like, man, I wish I could play an assassin in World War II. Could you imagine jumping from a plane to, I don't know. I think it would be pretty cool. Maybe you could assassinate Hitler. Maybe that would be your final mission. That'd be pretty cool. So I think overall the story was really well done. The acting always really good. The acting was great. The story, as far as the Assassin's Creed lore and stuff, it didn't spread too much. It actually just puts you in that character's timeline. And as far as that character and everything, and the way that they gave that story, it was really good. The actual story itself, the main guy that it was following was really good. His love life, how he was raised, his father being murdered, all that stuff. As far as story goes, that is fantastic. Let's go to controls now. Controls on the PS4, very responsive. They were fantastic. Every once in a while, it would glitch and it wouldn't do what I wanted to do. Like, you're supposed to hold L2 to go into Windows. I had the hardest time sometimes trying to go into Windows. But then there were other times when I was running through the streets and then going through the doors and up through a window and then jumping onto the roof. Fluid. And then there were sometimes where I couldn't draw a weapon. There were sometimes when I couldn't drop down at all. These are few and far between now. But when it happened, it kind of, you noticed it. Other than that, it was pretty fluid. The controls were pretty fluid. And I played this all before the update. Okay, so I'm assuming since the update, the controls have been fixed somewhat, as well. Which, like I said, it wasn't that much, that it actually messed up. So I guess my final, I don't really give a grade. I guess we'll just do like buy it or not buy it, or if it's like the title is worth it. So is it worth it or not? Yes. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, then definitely. It is definitely worth your time. Worth? Yeah, worth it. It is definitely worth I can't talk tonight. I can't talk. It is definitely worth your time if you're an Assassin's Creed fan. Period. It is worth your time. If you like open world games and you enjoy jumping from rooftops onto people and putting a little spike through the back of their head, if you like walking between two people and just killing them both at the same time, you're going to love this game. It's really good. It's a long game. Now that they fixed a lot of bugs, I'd say go ahead. I know that they got a lot of slack off of it. Uh, when it was released, they were like, "Oh, how dare you! AAA games shouldn't have a lot of bugs in them," and I agree with that. They should not. The release of this game was horrible. They like to put out a game a year for Assassin's Creed, and I think they really need to start rethinking that. I don't think Assassin's Creed should come out every year if this is the quality of game we're going to get. Me personally, I didn't have any issues, but a lot of people did. So my say so in that doesn't really matter. The companies should slow down and stop putting out the games just because they're wanting the money. They should make quality over quantity, okay? Now let's get to the season pass. Now that I said that the game's worth buying it, all the game itself, now all of a sudden we have to actually start reviewing season passes because that's a thing now. I hate the season pass. I buy my game for $60 and I gotta pay another $20 or $30. If we're talking Call of Duty, $50 for a season pass. So I'm spending $100 on a game now? 100 smurfing dollars, cuss word, for a game. Now, if it's going to have guaranteed downloadable content, then that's a whole thing. But a lot of times they don't put out what they're doing. Now what they're doing with the season pass is that they're giving you like exclusive weapons. So here's where we're at now. Free to play games that we complain that are not free, they're free to pay, they're free to win or pay to win. Sorry, not free to win. Okay, so we complain about pay to win games. Okay, which free to plays are now pay to wins, but yet we are not complaining about the games we actually pay for that we still have to pay to win. Getting a season pass for a downloadable weapon or something or an extra outfit that should be included in pre-orders, by the way, is bullshit. Plain and simple, horrible business practices that we're letting people get away with. Now, if we're talking about DLC or what's add-ons to game, which is going to come out later on for $10 or $11. Now, if we're talking about DLC that adds extra mission or extra chapters, that's going to be an extra 2 to 8 hours. And this is where I'm torn on it. If you're going to add something to the game and it's only going to be an hour, then I don't even know how you price that. Because I feel that you shouldn't be doing that. If you're doing that, that should be given away for free. If you're only going to add an hour to the game, which honestly, and the only reason I say this is because, and I know that's a lot of extra work for the company, but an hour, honestly, is one extra mission. It is. It's probably one mission, okay? But if you're adding like a whole nother chapter, let's say like Grand Theft Auto came out with a whole nother story and his own story for their side characters. Okay, and it added about 6 to 8 hours. Okay, so that's season pass worthy. That's DLC stuff. So later, I'm gonna pay $15. If you're gonna have 2 or 3 of those, I will buy the season pass. I will. But if you're saying you're coming out with one thing that I know I'm probably gonna be able to get for $12 or $15, and yet the season pass is $20, $25, I just don't see the point. The only other reason I would get the season pass is if you have good weapons or good whatever added to it, and a lot of times you don't. You don't. Now they're having where you can get weapons and stuff. You don't get it right away, which is fine. But I've seen some games where you don't even get it till halfway through the game. That's highway robbery. Okay. So saying that about how I feel about season passes. I bought the season pass for Assassin's Creed because I knew they were having extra games come out, extra spin-offs. They're going to have extra side DLC stuff come out. So I was like, all right, so and I don't even remember how much I paid for it, $15, $20, whatever it was. I got it. And of course, they took the season pass away when everybody threw a fit about the game being broken, which it was for a lot of people, not me. And so now they're giving you a choice of 4 games. Now that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I would be like, hey, that is fantastic. That is okay. I'll take that. I'll take some 4 free game or 1 of 4 free games that you're giving me instead of this. That you're charging me for it. Until I saw the list of the games. The only one notable that's even new is The Crew. The others are old games that honestly not even worth bringing up or mentioning. And you don't even know the other part is that I still haven't even got, it says they were going to email me about receiving my free game. I've logged into the website actually, and I still have nothing. It says details to come. So The Crew and all that already came out, yet I can't even play it because you won't even give me my free game at all. So that part I'm very upset about. I am. The season pass in general I'm upset about. Because it's just all we're doing is putting transactions in games now. That we used to get either by unlocking and playing, which now you can even go on to the on live, PlayStation Now Network or Xbox Live, and you can buy unlockables to show you where all the treasures are. I think in Black Flag they had it even where you bought it to unlock all of it too. Like you just got all the treasures at one time without even going to find them. If you want to pay for that, then more power to you. If you want to pay to save you time in a game, to take away your playtime in the game, then that's up to you. If you work and you make the money, then that's fantastic. I'm not totally sold on how I should buy weapons for the game. If the weapon's not included in the game for me to unlock myself, like should be happening, like I should be going out there in skill and getting the weapon, then why bother? Why am I going to pay $2 for a weapon? Okay? Or do it the other way. Assassin's Creed has Uplay, and when you do achievements in the games, you get these points, and you can spend those points on Uplay to get stuff in the game. Like I got extra weapon from there. I got, you can get clothes and colors. I'm all for that. That was fun. I mean, I like spending my stuff on that. Focus. So the Uplay experience, I like it. The Uplay experience on that. Okay, so the other thing that they actually brought with this game, okay, was the initiates and of course the companion app. I played the companion app alongside of the actual real game, and I really enjoyed it. I love sending my people out to do missions and come back and actually unlock stuff in the actual game itself, which was really fun. And I agreed that they should have made that an app. That has been in the other games. The Brotherhood, we actually showed up to the little pigeon things, and you sent people out. And when it was over, you went back to it, and they got you money and stuff like that. They did it with Black Flag when you were on your ship. You went down the deck. You sent your ships out to a merchant and get stuff and bring it back. Those many things like that in the game. I did it more in Black Flag because it was just there on my ship, and I spent so much time on my ship. The other games, when they had the pigeon coops, and you had to actually go in the city and run to those and run back and forth, I didn't do them that much because it was just too much running, just too much moving. I was already moving so much. The ship was easier because it was right there. Making that a side companion app, genius. I thought that was fantastic. So I did that, and a lot of people complain. They're like, oh, I need a companion app to unlock stuff. It's just to make you, immerse you more into the world, stuff like that, which I did enjoy that. I have my main complaint right now with World of Warcraft is that they give you the garrisons and all that, and you have all those followers doing missions. That should be a companion app. Because, I mean, you're trying to level and do dungeons, and that you have to go back to your garrison every 30 minutes or hour and a half or hour to do those missions. And when you have multiple characters and you're moving in and out like that, and you're having to log out and log back in, go to your garrison, send more followers out, it's just a pain. It's a pain. That should be on. That should be a companion app. So the companion app, I gave a thumbs up to. I like the companion app. The initiate thing, which takes all your Uplay experiences and puts it in one website for all their games. I mean, you already had Uplay, but it kind of like branches everything together and makes it one cohesive unit. They're trying to do initiates where you go in the game and you actually can get up to level, I think 20 or something initiate, and you unlock all this stuff. For me, that is a great idea. Making you want to play all those companies' games because you get all these achievements and you get to unlock extra rewards for that company, which transfers over to everything, including, all their other games like Far Cry and all this other stuff. Fantastic idea. I love that. If it worked, I couldn't get it to the initiate thing to see all my other achievements from Black Flag, Assassin's Creed 3, and they were having server problems with that. That took about a month or two for them to get fixed. It finally showed up. It did. But now I'm kind of iffy on the whole thing. So I'm hoping that they'll get that ironed out and further and go further down that rabbit hole with that. Which I played Far Cry 4 and I went on to the website and linked everything and bought some extra stuff from there with my points. So that was fun. And added to my points, which, I'll be getting to Far Cry 4 in a little bit. So overall, them adding those extra things to the game, I think was a really good idea. Let's just hope they can build on that. I don't know what's next in the Assassin's Creed franchise. I look forward to it. I hope the game doesn't go away. I really enjoy Assassin's Creed. I do. I also think they're ready to move in a different direction. Keep it assassin-y, keep it parkour-y, but, make it a little more spy-oriented, maybe a little more James Bond, where they can bring it into like a World War II environment or a modern world environment. Sooner or later, we're going to have to come into this. Unless they go back to the caveman dinosaur days, I wouldn't be upset with that. That'd be awesome. I don't know where else they'll go with that. I mean, they're already hinting at China and some other things. So I'm really looking forward to where the franchise is going and how it's going. I think the game is worth buying, worth playing, especially now that they fixed a lot of stuff. And that's my opinion. I think it's definitely worth it. I'm hoping that you have a great holiday. And in the comments, let me know what you get for Christmas. Let me know if you get this game or what you thought about it. A lot of people have mixed opinions on it. You can tell how much I liked it because I put up like 40-something videos. It may not have been 40, but it was a bunch of videos. But, as always, just thanks for watching. Let me know what you get or if you liked it or not. And as always, I will see you next time online. Kisses, loves, hugs. Bed bugs. No, not bed bugs. What in the world? Oh my gosh. And as always, stay honky, America.